Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm the owner and chief designer of Bonefire gear. Today I'd like to show you in a short video just how I'm going to set up my hammock and tarp all together as one. This is made possible through our upgradable deluxe suspension in which we have partnered with Dutch from Dutch Wear Gear. Let me show you how I get these set up. I want you to notice that I've set up my head end almost 12 inches lower than I have my foot end. This is going to give you the best lay in a Bonefire hammock, ensuring that all of the insulation is right where it's designed to be. This might take a couple of times of fiddling at home in the backyard. Once you have everything dialed in, it becomes very easy to set up your tarp with your hammock.
Much of this fiddle factor can be minimized when ordering the hammock by indicating the length of your tarp ridgeline. We will then make the continuous loops for your hammock just the right size to allow for the best tarp fit with minimal sag.
On the end of your tarp, if you have D-rings, just attach a small piece of cord, lark's headed onto the end. This is going to make it very easy to slip into the Dutch hook. When I come to the middle of the tarp, I'm going to want this to be roughly right at about my throat. You'll find out exactly where that's going to need to be for you. I know a lot of people like to use snake skins or hair ties to hold back their tarp so that they can stargaze throughout the night. That's going to be the first way I'm going to show you. I want you to notice that there does still appear to be sag in the tarp. That's because the hammock is unoccupied. As soon as I climb in, the tarp lifts up above the hammock ridgeline. If you are still interested in having a nice tall walking space, this might not end up being for you. But if you're looking for a simplified setup for making things easier in camp, then this probably will be for you. There's only one strap to the tree, and it's an inch wide. That's going to help with our friends at L&T. Now imagine it's raining. You get into camp, everything's wet. You go ahead and you set up the tarp first. That's one of the joys of hammock camping, is you get to keep all of your fluffy stuff nice and dry. Now, because I have practiced at home, I know exactly where to set up my tarp. And because my tarp is set up where I need it to now, I can go ahead and stake it out, and then set up my hammock underneath nice and dry. On the end of the tarp, I have bungee cord set up that will help alleviate any issues that comes from using a single strap setup. Now that the shelter is all nice and set up, I'm going to show you what it looks like to put the Bonefire hammock under the tarp that's already set up. I don't open up my backpack until I'm inside of the tarp. That way my hammock does not get wet. I'm going to pull out the red end, of course, for the head. Now notice what happens when I have a seat in the hammock. Ridgeline goes completely taut. The walls still are nice and taut because of the bungee cord on the tie-outs. And although there's not a ton of additional headspace, there can be if I move my hammock back just a little bit. But I'm perfectly enclosed from the weather. And when I lay out, plenty of space for the hammock. Nice and comfortable. For more information about our deluxe suspension system or any of the other products that we carry at Bonefire Gear, check us out on the web at www.bonefiregear.com.